Your Majesty, the matter of replacing Minister Lao Chi-ching is still of great importance for the stability of the Revenue Ministry. Although it is understandable that both the princes may have different recommendations.
Just look at all these recommendations they've given. I have all these choices, yet I cannot trust any of them to take the position. If this continues, the Ministry of Revenue will turn chaotic.
The acting minister Shen Chui is in charge of things. It should be fine for the meantime.
Shen Chui? Is he the one who is related to Princess Ching, huh?
Yes.
You do recall Shen Chui, the Assistant Minister of Revenue.
How could I not, since you asked me to meet you at Jian Restaurant? Of course I remember him. I did like him, although I didn't know his line of work.
The Revenue Minister handles our treasury, which is vital to the kingdom. But Lao Shiqing abused that position as he's corrupt. Shen Chui has been sincere in his duty and deserves to be minister.
If you'll ask me, I would gladly support him. But then, if he does not serve under Prince Yu or the Crown Prince, it'll not be easy for him to be promoted as Minister of Revenue.
One gains the oyster from fighting cranes.
Yes, right, of course. I still remember Shen Chui. I know that he's a third-rank assistant. He's an asset to the minister, a rare talent from a noble family. I even praised him in the past. And now you've just said that he's managing the Ministry of Revenue. So why did they not recommend him? So tell me, what can you say about that?
Well, perhaps it might have just slipped the minds of your sons.
I know you well, you old coot. So don't even try to cover for them. You think I'm stupid? Shen Chui has not sworn loyalty to Prince Yu or the Crown Prince, has he?
Your Majesty, Shen Chui comes from a noble family, which makes his nature more arrogant than the other aspirants. Perhaps he's quite practical, but not very sociable. So he has no ties whatsoever with either Prince Yu or the Crown Prince.
Well, if that's the case, he's the perfect choice. Shen Chui would be lucky if he benefits from your brilliant plan. What is it?
His Majesty has allowed Your Highness to choose 3 assisting officers. From what I know, you only chose a supervisor from the Ministry of Justice.
I've steered away from politics and know so little about it. So I would appreciate your help.
That's the list of the choices you have. If you have any further issues, just tell me.
I am the supervisor who's been assigned in the Duke of Qing's case investigation. And His Highness, Prince Jing, has ordered me to collect the evidence that you have gathered regarding the case, Officer Shah.
Well, aren't you being arrogant? So why didn't Prince Jing come over him himself and just set a low-rank supervisor to collect the evidence? Does he think he can have his way with the Xuanjing Bureau?
Officer Shah, you misunderstand. Prince Jing is now in charge of the investigation and wishes to coordinate the 3 departments. So he has assigned me to take charge of managing, transferring, and protecting the evidence. And I must add that my rank is about the same as yours. But even if I was just a lowly supervisor, I must still collect the evidence as His Highness has ordered.
Well, don't you have a quick tongue? Just where did Prince Jing find you anyway?
As the question does not involve the case, forgive me if I don't answer that.
Well, what if I don't hand over the evidence?
Oh, but you will.
And why is that?
It's because Xuanjing Bureau has always been admired and trusted by the government and even His Majesty himself. For they know this institution is where justice has always prevailed.
Now that's strange.
What's strange?
I do not know anybody from the government, but I just found out that I have met a few of them recently after seeing their names from this list. Coincidence?
The names you find on that list are the officials you can trust and rely on, but do not take them under your wing just yet.
I find your advice quite different from other advisors.
If you take them too early, it will only draw the attention of your two brothers. You must look after the loyal officers, the good ones. The more you assign them, the less corruption there will be, and in time it will be easier for you to keep things in order.
It'll be difficult to get them promoted.
That would be true under Prince Yu or the Crown Prince. But I hope that under your reign, you can give them what they deserve. These people do not lack knowledge or skills. They just lack the opportunity. They will not rely on any side to achieve that goal, but I'm sure they will be grateful if you acknowledge them. Just remain calm and always be forthright with them. As for dealing with the other plans we have, just leave it to me, Your Highness.
Your Highness, Master Su,
Where's Felio?
at the martial arts court.
Oh, yes. Where else would he be but over there? Mind if we go and take a look at him?
No.
Are you done discussing a military issue, General Lee?
It's not a military issue, just a nagging case at Lantai County. The capital magistrate has requested for our help.
Kaohsiung is having a great luck this year, and I had nothing to do with it. Just how serious is the case to require soldiers?
It's not really that serious. There's this beast that has been attacking villagers near the mountains at the eastern outskirts. The officers there are not capable of dealing with it, so they've asked my soldiers to assist them.
And you had a meeting over such a simple matter?
Well, it wouldn't be difficult to just kill it. But Chanyang and his men want to see it first, and catch it alive if they can.
A beast in the outskirts of the capital. It must be a sight to behold. If you capture it, may I be allowed to see it?
Of course.
I've never seen him unwilling to fight.
It's because he's interested in the sword.
I suppose you're right.
If he wasn't interested in the sword, he would have already won.
Felio!
Sorry about that. Do forgive me. I'm sure you scholars have never even seen weapons like this. Were you frightened?
Chimong!
Sorry about that. Accept my apologies, sir. I just tend to be boorish sometimes. Please forgive me.
Don't apologize to me. It's Prince Jing who you have embarrassed, not me. I've always revered your Highness's army, but I'm so disappointed with what I've just witnessed. This army has no sense of discipline. How will you earn His Majesty's favor? If your kind of leadership is no different from a chief of ruffians in the pugilist world.
I deserve punishment, Your Highness.
Today has been quite a revelation, Your Highness. I shall go now.
Your Highness, please tell me what to do to correct this error.
For insulting this army, you will be demoted to Centurion and lashed 50 times. See to it.
Yes, sir.
His Majesty has ordered Prince Jing to supervise the ongoing Binju case. The 3 judicial departments shall assist with the investigation. You are to pass judgment without bias. Do you accept? I accept my order.
I accept my order.
Minister Chi, Minister Chan, Minister Chu. My father considers this case a very serious one, and I must treat it as such when he handed me the case. That's why I will require your full support.
Your Highness, since His Majesty has ordered us to provide you with our assistance, we will gladly have our personnel serve you in any way.
Inform the 3 ministers of the people I will require.
Prince Jing has selected some officers to assist him. They are as follows. Justice Supervisor Tai Chuen. I accept. Justice Officer Han Ji-yi.
I accept.
Grand Court of Review Minister Zhang Jinjin.
I accept.
Grand Court Officer Wei Wan.
I accept.
Commandant of Higher Court Office Chuan Chuin.
I accept.
Higher Court Quartermaster Qin Yue.
Yes, I accept.
Those are the officers who will be working with me. Their duties will begin tomorrow. The suspects involved are detained at the Ministry of Justice, where they will all face a court hearing very soon. Minister Chi, is there a problem with that?
None, Your Highness. We will have the main hall and the east rooms prepared, and the courtroom will be ready as well. Just tell us if there's anything else Your Highness requires. We'd be happy to help.
Thank you, Minister Chi. Minister Shen Chui of the Ministry of Revenue has been summoned!
I suppose it's because of the frequent conflicts that Prince Yu and I have that spurred Father not to select from either of our choices. How fortunate for Shen Chui to have been chosen, wouldn't you say?
Although Your Highness has lost Lao Chi Ching, Prince Yu ended up losing Duke Qing too. So it was a fair exchange.
How could you even call that a fair exchange? His Duke of Qing is less valuable than my revenue minister. I still needed Lao Shichin, but my brother just had to ruin him. He even abandoned the Duke then like he was just a pawn to him. Or maybe someone advised him to do that. Yes, what if Meichangsu is involved? Seriously. You took in a sickly guy like Meichangsu and you were not able to kill him then?
Meichangsu may be sickly, but he has strong bodyguards who protect him.
Don't we have connections in the pugilist world?
Your Highness, Tingchuan Manor is nothing compared to the strength of the Jiangsu Alliance fighters.
See that? That's another thing where Prince Yu is better than I am. He has the Jiangsu Alliance, while I just have the Tingchuan Manor.
These vegetables look really fresh.
Yes, we just picked them
Hey,
this
mister,
morning.
bring them in.
All right.
Master, Tong Lu is here.
Chief. Greetings, Chief.
Please rise. We will count on your help to send word to Sir Shi-san.
I won't let you down, Chief, and Sir Shisan as well.
Lao Shiqing is now in prison. He can no longer escape execution. Tell your mother when you write to her that justice has been achieved for her daughter's death.
Thank you, Chief. Now my sister's soul can finally find peace.
Lao Shiqing was protected by the Crown Prince. If it weren't for the Master's efforts, I fear that the deaths of those poor girls would have been left unpunished.
Yes. What surprised me was how quickly they've captured Lao Shiqing.
The case only took as long as it did, because we had to wait for the right moment. I hope your family understands that.
On the contrary, Chief, our whole family is grateful to you.
Master, you summoned me?
Yes. Now that the land mansion case has been closed, the capital magistrate must be feeling very idle. It's time to send Gao Sheng another case to solve.
Master, what do you mean?
Oh, flip one.
Flip one.
Flip one over.
Personnel. Prince Yu's ministry.
Go tell Sir Shisa and Gong Yu to prepare.
Yes, Master.
You've been preparing for this for so long, and now it's time to make your move. Will you be able to stay calm? If you can't, just stop it right now.
No, I won't. Even if I get caught, I will accept the consequences.
Our poor younger brother was only 13 years old when Choza beat him to death.
He murdered my brother, who was a mere young opera performer, while Choza is wealthy, the sole heir of an earl. We have sought help from the authorities, but they never gave us the justice we were after.
So now we're prepared to achieve justice with our own hands.
I'm sorry, Mr. He, but Xin Yu and Xingyang cannot see anyone tonight. The twins are not feeling so well.
Do you think I'm stupid? Well, I'm not. So don't you provoke me. I killed my own servant at home for not doing as I say.
I
Do
see,
you think
Mr.
you can
He.
lie to me? Huh? Tell me, how could both of them be sick at the same
But
time?
I'm not lying, Mr. He. What reason would I have to lie? Xin Yu and Xingyang are really quite
Will
ill.
you let me go?
Mr. He,
Oh, Miss Gong Yi is here. You should be at Miaolin Court. What are you even doing here?
Xin Liu and Xin Yang are both feeling ill, so I came to visit them.
You mean...
Yes, they really are.
Ah, well, Miss Gong Yi, I guess this must be our night. How about we drink some wine while watching the moon together?
All right. But since we're going out on such a cold night, I think I should wear something warmer. Would you wait here while I find something to wear?
All right, I'll just wait right here.
Sister, I heard that Xingyang and Xin Yu are serving Mr. Chu at the private room upstairs.
That's right. Master Chu is so handsome and refined. He's such a great match for them. I'm really happy for Xin Liu and Xin Yang.
Why be happy for them? Master Chu is upstairs right now, having fun with Xin Yu and Xingyang. Well, you must torture yourself with the company of a ghoul like Mr. He.
We are sisters here. We should always help each other.
That boorish Mr. He always likes to contend with Master Chu. Who does he think he is? It's a good thing Master Chu doesn't know he's here, because if he did, he would have beaten him up. Xinyan just stopped him the last time.
Chuse's in here. Bring him to me.
Yes, sir.
Chuse! Chuse, I know you're in here.
Hey, what are you doing? Shut up!
Who's in there? Chuse, you bloody coward! Come out! Chuse! You can't hide from me!
Hey, what do you want? He's not here. Check over there.
Keep searching! He's somewhere in here. Chuse! Where are you hiding? Come out!
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Just get back to your own business. Keep searching!
Hey, how dare you? This is an outrage!
What's going on? Just stay out of this. Check here. Keep looking! Chuse!
Oh dear. Mr. He, please don't.
Let me
You're
go.
upsetting the other clients.
Hold her!
Please, he's not in there. You can't just...
Who and Shin?
You scum! I knew you were here!
Oh my goodness!
Don't get involved!
Wait,
Back
wait,
off!
no!
Come on in here! Don't go in there!
Please,
Stay back!
don't
Stay back!
Please! No, you can't fight in here! Stop this, Mr. He!
Watch your melody!
Stop it! Please!
Stay back! Step aside!
Gentlemen, please stop it! We can talk about this! Mr. Chu, I'm begging you, please! Oh dear, this is just terrible! Please, that's enough issue! Mr. He, please stop fighting!
You've caused enough damage already!
I'll pay for them, all right?
Mr. He! Don't! Please!
Somebody please do something to pull them apart!
No! Please stop it! No, you should stop fighting! You hurt him! Mr. He, you've killed him! How could you have done that?
He's dead. Come on!
Mr. He, come back! You can't leave! Hurry, go after him!
Please assist us.
Oh dear, what should we do now? Master Chuse is dead!
Isn't it a bit too early? What's his emergency
I don't know
about?
either, Your Highness.
Please, Your Highness, you have to save my son's life. He's the only son and heir I have, and I cannot lose him like this, Your Highness.
Why? What happened to your son? Tell me, Jinsung. Hey, come on, help him get up.
Your Highness, do something.
What happened?
I know I didn't discipline him well enough, and now he has made this huge, irreparable mistake. Please, Your Highness, as a servant who has stayed loyal and devoted to you for years, I beg Your Highness to help my son. Even my mother loves him so much. And if she finds out that my son would be executed, I would end up losing her as well.
Well, you've been too lax with your son. You're in the capital where His Majesty lives, and you think he won't know about that? If it was just a civilian, it wouldn't have been so bad. But he killed Earl Wenyuan's son. Even if he no longer works for the government, he still bears that title from his ancestors' achievements.
But Your Highness, you are a prince.
I'm aware that I'm more superior than Earl Wenyuan, but I still can't protect your son. Even if no minister would dare file a case against me, all the Earl has to do is to go straight to the Emperor to complain. And what would happen once he finds out? Neither of us will escape unscathed. Hey.
Your Highness, I know you find this difficult to handle, but I would have never bothered you with it if the victim had been just a civilian. I know that I'm not influential enough, which is why I came to ask for your assistance. Your Highness, you're aware that Earl Wenyuan has always been a timid man.
Well, so what if he is? His son was murdered. Look, if your son is so precious to you, his son was precious to him as well. Even a timid man would be capable of anything when he's angered. All right, calm down. Your son won't get his head chopped off just yet. He still has to go through so many procedures. Don't be so frantic.
I fear that once the capital magistrate passes judgment, I will not be able to do a thing.
The capital magistrate? Do you think they would even want to investigate this? They were just rid of the land mansion case, and now here comes another brothel murder case? Gao Sheng must be feeling really sick of it by now.
But the capital magistrate has already sent his men to arrest my son this morning. They're definitely not biding their time on this case.
Open up! Open the gate! Chief Chan, we've been knocking for a long while, but no one's answering. We can't just break in either. This is a second-rank minister's manor.
Gao Sheng was being smart to have sent his men to arrest your son. So this matter will be between you and Earl Wen Yuan. It will surely be reported to His Majesty at any time now. So you must take action right away. You cannot hide your son forever. You should willingly hand your son over to them, because if you let him escape, you'd be arrested too. And where would that leave you and your heir? You must show cooperation to Earl Wen Yuan.
If I handed him over to the capital magistrate, what happens then?
The capital magistrate will just detain him and question him accordingly. If, and I say if, your son eventually gets sentenced to death, then it wouldn't matter if he has offended you for arresting him. But if your son doesn't get sentenced to death, then he would have actually done you a huge favor. So it shouldn't matter if he sent his men to arrest your son today. Look, Jingzhong, don't assume that it's easy to be a magistrate. He must please more people than a minister like yourself.
Yes, Your Highness, you are truly wise. I am unworthy of
Fine enough. Spare me the flatteries. This is still going to be a very tricky case. Servant,
Your Highness.
invite Advisor G here.
We've been ordered to arrest Hao Wen-chin for the crime of murder and for fleeing Young Luchin brothel. So please, open the gate and hand him over. We are here to arrest Hao Wen-chin for the murder of Earl Wen Yuan's son at the Young Luchin brothel. We suggest you open the gate and surrender him at once. We are under orders to arrest Hao Wen-chin for the murder of Earl Wen Yuan's son, Chusa, at Young Luchin brothel.
It'd be best for the young master to just confess to the crime, Minister He.
What? That he'd be executed!
Your Excellency, have no fear. I don't think the capital magistrate will just finalize the case if you surrendered your son quietly to him. Gao Sheng will surely be grateful to you and will return the favor by keeping your son safe. Now, regarding your son's murder charge, that will depend on the investigation. The witnesses' statements can be twisted, and the evidence in the documents can also disappear.
But still, my son has already been charged. They must have all the documents they require.
Your Excellency, the capital magistrate must submit those documents to the Ministry of Justice upon completion. The Ministry of Justice will then request for a retrial. And I assure you, Minister He, that things will be different then. With His Highness Prince Yu's grace, do you think Minister Qi would just simply allow your son to be executed?
Advisor G, you are truly wise. Thank you, Your Highness.
We've been ordered to arrest Hao Wen-shin for the crime of murder and for fleeing Young Luchin brothel. Please open the gate and surrender him to us. We've been ordered to arrest Hao Wen-shin for the crime of murder and for escaping the scene of the crime. We've been ordered to arrest Hao Wen-shin.
Your Excellency, we have now apprehended HaiYan, and we now await your next instruction to us.
Instruction? What instruction can I give? First, we caught Lao Shijing, the Crown Prince's minister. Now it's the son of Prince Yu's minister. So now I have two serious cases, which caused me to step on the toes of the two most powerful princes in court. I don't think I'll be around here. Not for very long.
Your Excellency, don't say such things. The new year is only a month away. Perhaps you'll be luckier in the coming year.
That doesn't make me feel better.
Minister Qi,
Greetings, Earl Wen Yuan.
the case of my son's murder by HaiYan Shin has not progressed for half a month. I keep coming to see you, and they would always say you're away. Now I want you to be honest with me, Minister Qi. Are you doing something to investigate my son's murder case? Or have you placed it aside?
Earl, we are doing the best we can here. We have other unsolved cases as well, and we're still organizing the documents for Duke Qing's case. I hope you can understand that.
The land mansion case was more difficult, yet you have managed to conclude your investigation in just a matter of days. So I don't understand why you must keep delaying such a simple case as my son's murder.
Your son's case isn't that simple, I'm afraid. To die in such an establishment could have been purely accidental. I have other matters to attend to, so good day.
What?
Great zither.
Yujin? Has Jingrui been this glum lately?
Yes, he has.
It's a pity that it's still winter. There's not even a place for you to go to and have fun.
Hey, now that you mentioned it, Brother Sue, this is the perfect time to go to the hot springs. There are some very nice springs at the countryside, and Grand Prince Ji owns the biggest one. He said I could bring my friends over there. So do you want to come with us?
No, I'll be fine here. Isn't this Grand Prince Ji the Emperor's young brother, the uncle of the princess?
That's the one. And he's a wonderful man who loves to drink and write poems. He loves music so much, he hired an orchestra. You should meet him. I'm sure you're going to like him.
Prince Jing and his officers are summoned to enter the court.
Greetings, Father.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
You may rise.
Thank you,
Thank
Father.
you, Your Majesty.
So you have asked to see me. Has the task I have given you been completed then?
I completed the investigation of Duke Qing's case, as you have ordered. The Duke of Qing, Bai Ye, along with his relatives, 17 of them, stole personal property, murdered, destroyed evidence, bribed officers, and threatened witnesses. They were found guilty of all charges and have already been sentenced to death. All their properties have been confiscated, as you have commanded.
Your Excellency, Earl Wen Yuan is back.
Great. Have the carriage pass by the side door.
Yes, sir.
And who made the case report?
Supervisor Chai Chun.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Well done. The report is truthful, plain, and concise.
I am flattered. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Jingyan, you've outdone yourself as well. Continue carrying out your remaining tasks. Keep everything under control.
I will, Father.
He really did handle the case well. You chose the right person for it, Father. The case is finally dealt with, all thanks to Jing-Yan. If someone else had handled it, I'm sure he would still be in the dark.
You've been quite mature about all this, and saved me from worrying too much. I know that, among all my sons, you're the most level-headed one and the most considerate. I heard that you also helped Jing-Yan with something in the case, is that right?
I was worried that he may not be familiar with the Ministry of Justice, so I offered my assistance.
That's very generous of you. For that, you get a reward. Gao-chan, go and prepare some gold beads and some silk as Prince Yu's reward.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Father, thank you very much.
Get up. You deserve it.
What was that about? Prince Jing has worked so hard in order to finish the case, and all he got was a half-hearted praise. Well, Prince Yu, who did nothing whatsoever, got a reward. I don't understand it at all.
It's fine, Officer Chai. Don't be upset. I'm used to it.
Jing-Yan! Jing-Yan! Wait for me! Don't feel bad, all right? Father's very much pleased with what you've achieved. He's also planning to give you a reward as soon as you've finished everything. I know I just took credit for your work. Look, I'll make up for it. If you like, I can have the gold beads and silk sent to your manor.
That's very kind of you. But I'm a soldier. I have no use for them.
Well, if you don't want them, then give them as presents to your family.
I'm a second-rank prince, with second-rank officers. It would not suit me to give such lavish gifts. But thank you just the same.
Jing-Yan, you really are a serious type. But with your capability, I'm sure that sooner or later, you can be a first-rank prince.
Will there be anything else, brother?
Well, the new year is coming, so I plan to throw a party. I'll be expecting you there. You never went to any of them.
Have you ever invited me?
You never received my invitations? Those wretched servants. I'll deal with them as soon as I return. Listen, I'll personally give the invitation to you. I want you to come.
All right. I'll see you and my sisters-in-law then. I must go.
All right.
Sister? Sister, there's something I just found out about that murder case against He Wen-shin. Something that will interest you.
Go on, pour a drink for you, Jin. I was starting to get bored drinking all by myself here. I am glad you kids decided to show up. Drink up, go ahead. Hey, Jingrui.
Uncle G?
Your troubles will spoil all the food and wine we have. Forget about them, all right? Now drink.
All right.
Good boy. Just look at the hands of that young lady playing the lute. Such skillful moves. Isn't she good? She's so good I had to have her here.
But Miss Gongyu is still the best one I've seen.
That's right. The way Gongyu plays is simply divine.
Still, Uncle, all your entertainers here are so good and their features look familiar. For instance, look at those dancers over there. Don't they look like Xin Lu and Xin Yang?
Yeah. If only I had Miaoin court musicians, Yang Liu Qin dancers, and Honshu court ladies, I'd be in heaven. If only. What a pity that both Xin Liu and Xin Yang can no longer dance for me. Because of that unfortunate murder incident.
Your Highness, please don't feel sad. Please don't cry.
Uncle, don't get upset. But you know, I find it real strange that nobody has even been able to solve the case yet. So did HaiYan Shen kill Chuzar, didn't he?
Of course you did. I saw it.
You what?
I was there. I saw him do it.